I got a countdown on my screen, but listen, I'm gonna talk us through that countdown. We just gonna get it rolling. Welcome back to another exciting first episode. What?
You forget that shit's always delayed.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, listen, it is what it is. Welcome back to another exciting first episode of Side by Side. We're your hosts, Tori and Alex. This
Yeah.
man's eating a sandwich.
To everybody and nobody.
Trademark the Party Chat podcast. So, and its subsidiaries, as we've already somehow built an umbrella for ourselves with absolutely no support. You know how we do. Well, we're back today. As you can see, we have a few, we're back as if this is not the first episode we might even have that actually makes it a whole episode. So we're here to give you a breakdown into the exciting world of football. Okay, or soccer as our American counterparts like to call it. So what we have here is somebody with a bunch of questions, me, and somebody with a bunch of answers. This guy.
The brown guy. The other brown guy. Continue.
So what you'll get here is a wonderful breakdown of fundamentals of game film, of you're gonna get to see in action some of this man's tactics come to fruition, even though they don't always get played out the way he probably imagines them in his head, because they are of the younger variety.
Yeah, they're teenagers at the end of the day.
Well, they got to start somewhere, and
Not
what a better
professionals.
coach they can. What a better coach for them to have than our good coach here, Coach Alex. And so I think what we should start on today, if we can. So I know that you were out of town, as you know, we're a little behind in our other podcasting, but that's because holidays were there, people were out of town.
Yeah.
It was all around a crazy crazy.
Hope everyone had some good Thanksgiving feasts and got nice and fat and ate some good food. I missed out on the hams and the turkeys and the mashed potatoes and everything this year, unfortunately.
Out there coaching it up. Looks like shout out to our 4 viewers out there. Appreciate you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and jump into this. It's gonna remain quiet in here till we take them words back. We don't shout out that man on any of these podcasts.
If you've listened to us enough, I think you know where we stand with that, man. But this isn't a Satyrs.
This is not for the Satyrs.
Yeah,
This is not for the Satyrs. This is for football. So what we're gonna get into now is, like I said, I know you were at that tournament this weekend. You guys had a little game and a little couple games over there in San Diego, in the beautiful city of San Diego.
Bien
And
bonito.
it was, man, gorgeous. How was it, man? Break us down. How was the weather? How was everything?
Weather was lovely. I think the coldest it got out there was, say, like 60 degrees. So
That's wonderful.
beautiful. Gotta
wonderful.
check out a college football game for the San Diego University football team. They played Air Force. Air Force whooped that ass.
Air Force is a pretty decent team, man. They find themselves ranked every now and then, but this isn't football.
Yeah.
So
out there, games themselves, first 3 games underneath our belt, we have, I'd say, maybe like 5, 6 sessions together.
okay. So not a lot of time, a little bit of time for team cohesion, but not the time that you need to really get everything in sync and get everybody moving in the same direction mentally.
Mhm.
I mean, physically as well, man. That's a lot of, you got to adjust to the spacing and it's crazy. And let me just say, never realized until you get out there, you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of crazy how like you don't really like damn like you think you're gonna be able to stay in formation and everything's gonna be fine and dandy. Dude, that is
It's just always
it moves
moving.
quick,
Yeah,
dude.
bro.
It
It's
moves
always
quick, man.
constantly moving.
It's a flow, dude. It's a
Mm-hmm.
big flow, man. But so and I see we got the whiteboard there in the background, man. And if you could, for our lovely viewers out here and myself as well, if you want to throw us out a what formation did you start out with game one, man?
Game
And then and then
one.
and then break us down game. I know it's gonna be hard, but let's just go through some of the games here. We'll pick a couple. We'll start game one, maybe a middle game, and then the final game. That way we don't have to delve too deep into your pain.
I'm not really too upset with the outcomes. Like yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
go
so
go
I guess I
and
should start there. I
yeah.
guess I should start there. Let me ask, before we get into it, how do you feel overall the team performed? How do you feel, like considering what I've heard and before we break it down to the viewers here, how do you feel that the tournament or, the trip went and all?
Very productive and very educational. I learned a lot about my team and my players. You know, yes, this is the same quote unquote team from last season that I had, but I
How many
only
returning players? I don't mean to cut you off, but
that's the thing is I only have five, six
pretty okay.
returning
All all
players.
all starting 11 or like a mix?
Yeah, they're all starting 11.
Okay. Okay.
Besides one.
Okay. Okay.
One
Not
would
bad.
one was like in and out. But yeah, so it's not the full team. I do have a couple players that know what I want, but we do have a bunch of new players coming in from new teams, and then they are just coming off of their high school season. So
Legs are a little.
that's a whole different beast.
No,
Because
yeah, sure.
if you go watch you can watch the same age group but a club soccer,
Hmm.
and then go watch a high school game.
Yep.
Two completely different styles of soccer. Because there's not much tactics going on for high school.
Gotcha. So it's kind of just like you put your more athletic players
Mm-hmm.
in the front, in the mid, and just kind of pray for the best. Yeah.
Hail Mary, bitch.
He said it, shoot for the stars.
Everybody on a go route. That's what we do.
I hear running air raid in soccer.
That's all it is, baby.
That's funny. That's funny.
So they got to get used to the style of play, and even in club, in American soccer, that is a favorite style of approach. Is
So
a
let
more
me ask
vertical
you.
style of
Sure.
play.
And what would you consider your style of play to consist around? And let's just get that way before we head any further into this. That way we can kind of get a feel with what what I'm saying. You like as far as tactics go.
Oh, I like that Spanish style. We're controlling the ball, we're possessing, but it's not necessarily the style of just tiki taka, because tiki taka is just moving the ball back and forth, kind
Sure.
of without a reason.
Short
You,
passes,
yeah,
quick successive
uh,
passes, back and forth. But you said
it's
no reason, so you're just kind of looking for the first open guy, no matter where he's at. And you know what I mean? Is that what you're saying here? Or?
it's all based on the type of players that you have. I like while I do my style of play is always going to show up. It's the flavor is always going to be different depending on who I have on my team. What
Sure.
I have. I'm not gonna fucking stick a round pegboard in a square hole or whatever the hell the saying goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, sure, sure. So
So
possession, but you got to play to the strengths on your roster. Nice.
uh,
That's absolutely, absolutely. So common sense, as far as what I mean,
you
as
would
far
think
as
it's
the
common
back end
sense,
of it
but
goes. But I mean, I know what you mean. But
how
just
it is.
between us, you know what I mean. Like common sense, as far as it goes to, you want to you set your own tactics to a point, but then you have to acknowledge what your players can do, their skill set as
Mm,
well. No, I absolutely understand. Absolutely understand. All right, no, that's beautiful. All right,
yeah.
cool.
So
So,
first game, start out in a 4-3-3. Just going back to what I like to play is I like to maintain the ball. I like to possess. It's overload a side to create space somewhere,
okay.
or it's that's the thing is soccer's not just a one thing. All the scenarios are always different. You can play the same team 10 times, and the game will always be it'll always be something new.
Sure,
So
sure. So why don't you on that whiteboard? Why don't you show us what a 4-3-3 is? Because there's a lot of people out there that when they hear these
it's
numbers, actually the camera's a little bit skewed as far as the
let me
whiteboard goes.
hold on. Let me move it a little bit closer. Yeah. So I actually already have it set up in a 4-3-3. Going to our back keeper right here,
Can't see the keeper there, big dog. You're gonna have to come out of the frame and pull it over.
right there.
Oh, come over.
What do you mean?
Oh, there you go. I can see it now. You're good.
You probably
Had to
couldn't
double
see it
check.
on the shit. Yeah.
No, I was looking at the stream, but you're good. Continue on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, because your keeper right here, and then two center backs right here. So here's your
Yep.
back line, your four.
Okay.
Then you go three. These are your three midfielders. Six, you're holding six. Then your two, your eight, and then your 10. Then you have your striker, wingers up here. That's what we started out as. Possessive wise, we were doing well. We were holding the ball. We were controlling the game. Defensively, we were struggling a little bit, and it was always on the counter.
Hello.
Gotcha.
So the crazy thing about that first game, so we lost 3-0. Lost that bitch 3-0.
Oof.
Other team had in the field of in the open play, they had two shots on goal. They did not score either one of those shots on goal.
Yeah, good plays by the keep, I hear.
That was the thing, is defensively we did well in the open field of play. Goalkeeper did well. And you're like, well, you lost 3-0. How the fuck did you lose 3-0? It's corners. Corners and free kicks. And it wasn't even free kicks in like directly at the goal. It was literally another corner. But they
Another question.
literally they scored
So what?
all out of the air.
So what seems is it the issue is that you don't have the height, or is it a marking issue? What seems to be the problem coming from that's dictating these free kicks there? Just was it something that you could fix later on? What happened there?
We fixed it in the next game.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we went back like I was telling you off screen before we started streaming. I like to watch the game twice through by myself, and then I'll go and then we'll have a team meeting, break down the film all together. So
Hmm.
watching the first game, all three goals, every single one of my defenders, no matter who it was, they literally just feet planted on the ground, watched. They did not jump. They did not even fart. They did not do nothing, bro. Like, anyone could have jumped up from
Just
the other team and
NPCs out
scored.
there.
Yeah, literally, they
Lord
like
have mercy.
their fucking A button forgot the work or some shit. So broke that down during the team meeting, the film meeting, and I was like, "What? That's just a lack of fucking effort." Like, I'm calling all these players out in front of everybody. It's, you didn't fucking jump. I can't teach you to fucking jump. That's just effort. That's just what do you want to do?
I'm not here to teach you basic body mechanics, son.
So I was like, that's on you guys. Y'all gotta fix that shit. Because outside of that, we did well. We controlled. defensively on the counter, we would struggle because what would happen is we're up, defense would stay back here, and we'd lose. This looks nice, right? But offensively, this is very shit. Why? Let me teach you, right? You want this as opposed to the other one. Why do you think that?
So just guessing here, it gives you more options so you can pass the ball back out, maybe look for different lanes back into the box.
More control, and you're closing down the space because at the end, like you were noting earlier, until you actually play a game, you don't realize how much space and how much ground you gotta cover, and how quickly shit moves.
Truth.
So when you have it high up like this, yes, quote unquote, you're closing down the space, but you're closing down the space towards the
opposing goal.
Yeah, to the opposing goal.
Yeah.
Right? So now if we were to lose the ball, say right here, now it's easier for these four guys to close in. We win the ball back. We prevent the counter. If we're like this, we lose the ball, right? It's going to take all those players a lot longer to cover all that space.
Sure.
And if they're not talking, they're not communicating, here's free guys running in, and now it's a 4v2 on the counter, you're getting fucked. Yes, it is risky because you are playing a
very high
line. But guess how many players we play with in soccer?
11.
Keeper, get your fucking ass up. You got some work to do, bud. And shout out to the keepers. Both of them did very well. They listened. The 3 goals at the beginning, all headers. Motherfuckers didn't want to jump. Second game, I actually have the game pulled up, so we can go through a couple things there.
So let's
break down the game. But we made some tweaks to the formation because, as I noted, we were staying very back, and we were leaving a lot of space, and then our 6 was getting killed. So I ended up switching it to a 4-2-3-1. So then I had
give him a little help.
This. And then one thing that I like to do is traditionally what a lot of teams do is you'll see the striker pressing the center backs. What I do is my striker is staying with the other team 6. So the 6 would be the center defensive mid for those of you that don't know numbers, Reason for that is because I have my wingers. Let me just actually let me demonstrate it. Is anyone that watches soccer, how does everyone build out? Pass it to center backs pass it out to your outside backs, and outside backs either take it out or they pass it to the center. Then the center, finds your striker, they find the winger. But that's the basic shit that every fucking team does. It's center back, then they find the outside back. Center back, they find the outside back so they can find their mids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or if their six is always open, well then of course they're going to always just pass the ball to their six. Always pass the ball to their six, especially if the striker's always pressing, right? So you're always getting killed. So what we do, striker stays with the six. They can no longer progress forward in the middle with their most creative and usually best player on the ball. So what are they going to do? Look out wide. What are my wingers doing? They are starting here, cutting off the lane, and then they are pressing them. So now we're preventing that pass in, and now we're forcing them to play it to the middle. And if we were to watch the entire game, this was what they were doing every single time. Bam, bam, bam. Just kick ball all the way to the middle.
Where you have the numbers.
Where we had the numbers, because guess what everyone was actually doing the second game.
Keeping formation.
Yep. So second game we ended up tying 1-1.
Okay.
But
interesting.
We literally should have. We sold that game. We were winning 1-0. My keeper. Let me just show you guys.
Yeah, I was about to say. Let's see. Let's take a gander here. That's what we really want to see.
Let's see. Let me go back to the Discord. Share your screen. Go live, baby. Shit, what happened? Alright, cool. We're just gonna watch the entire screen on the YouTube. So you will see the game. You'll no longer see mine and Tori's pretty little faces. Okay, so my team's over here. We're in the white.
All right, in the whites. I like that. Clean uniform. Are those gray shorts?
Yep.
I like that. Clean combo.
They are nice. The only thing I don't like about these jerseys is they got some dumbass lightning bolts on it. It looks dumb. Hey, look, that's my sexy ass right there.
Lord have mercy.
All right, so let's. So you can see the formation in. As we can see, we got our back four right here. So outside back, center back, outside back. And what do we have here, Tori?
The midfielders?
Yes, our 2 6s, because we changed it to a 4-2-3-1. But because they are starting out, guess what? They are always going to pass backwards, so we go high. We press high, which is why our other wingers are high. You see how my winger is out here?
Filling the lane.
And he's cutting off this passing lane.
Yeah.
Right? And what are they doing? Boom. Giving us the ball. Then obviously we lose it here. But watch. The blue maintains the ball for a decent amount. But tell me if they ever get past the half.
Good press. Press. Yeah, you can keep it back there all you want to. Oh, beautiful.
Obviously, they fuck it here, but you can see what the execution does. We win the ball back in their half, and now we're avoiding having to run and do all this unnecessary bullshit over here. All right, so let's go. Let's go to the goal.
So who scores? You score first, I'm guessing, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Again, watch how it goes. They play it to their center back. We're cutting off the outside lane, so what are they be forced to do? Boot that bitch up to us. Alright, right, yeah, it's right here. Win the ball back.
Ball. Good ball. Lord have mercy.
And so we'll go back a little bit, break it down. So our outside back wins it. But because again we're higher up on the field, less ground that we gotta cover. And one thing I preach with the boys is until we get into the final third, 4 touches max. So, Drew, I know the quality is shitty, but I'll help you guys out. It is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Boom. Out of the air, inside the goal. Beautiful stuff. These motherfuckers don't know how to fucking celebrate though. Look at these losers.
And you don't have to get a celly coach, dude. Jesus.
For real. I think y'all need to just come to practice and force them to celebrate or some shit.
I have to. That was awful, man. They don't play FIFA or anything? Jesus. Take a move. Stick with it, dude. Jeez. Give me something.
Now, look at this. You see, beautiful. You see what a high press does, man, when executed properly.
Looking confused out there, man. Nice, nice. Wonderful. Ball movement.
Toma. Absolutely delightful. You see what I'll be cooking up. And this is, again, our second game played together.
Okay.
So you could only imagine how things are going to look. This team that we played, they're Union Sacramento, number 9 in their region. Their rank. They're they're midway through their season right now, so and they have not lost a game.
Oof. All right, confidence builder for sure.
And that was literally all the teams that we played. Because there was 2 California teams and 1 Arizona team. The Arizona was ranked 11. The other California team was ranked I think 6. And we were definitely, as you can see, how we were dominating these boys. But we did not win. We tied. And let's go and find. Let me see. Where is it? 112-20. When I say we sold the game, I mean we sold the game.
Arbitrary camera zoom. I like it.
Very dangerous play.
That was very.
But
What a shot.
it's goal kick. All right. Simple. You think?
Oh, oh no.
Look at my man do the Will Levis right here.
Oh no. Oh, that's terrible, man. Oh, that's awful, dude.
Oh God.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. Damn, man. Yeah, I know that one hurt, dude. I know that one hurt. Mm.
Yeah, so oh, I gotta show this other play after this goal because one of my guys got absolutely cooked.
Oof.
Where are we at? 117. No, it's 116.33.
Gets mixed up. How are you talking?
Boom, right here.
Uh,
Watch right there. He's gonna get done dirty. Oof.
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
I mean, they
Son.
didn't do shit with it, but ew.
Oh, yeah, you gotta live with that one, buddy.
I showed it in the film room.
It's only right, man. It's only right. I've had myself on there plenty of times, dude.
Yeah,
Not in this sport, but yeah.
my note for that was appreciate a nice play.
Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Fair enough, dude. Oh Lord, yeah, you got to. You got to take that one with a big grain of salt. That's funny. All
Let's see.
right.
And boom, back to business. Back to
More
business.
force.
Now it's our pretty faces back on the screen, you know what I'm saying?
Here we are, man. Here we are. Well, so I did want to ask this question, and I meant to ask it a little earlier in the stream. I mean, I'm wearing the gear. Of course, they're on the title page. Obviously, you're a Barcelona supporter. I'm a West Ham guy. We had a absolutely awful showing, and I just noticed that one of those things that might slip past some of the American viewers that see it, but they really wouldn't know, man, is we saw a foul throw get called in a West Ham game, and for the life of me, it had me shook, man. It had me shook. I didn't know what it was. They just blew the whistle, gave the ball over, and we had to watch a rethrow. So what exactly is a foul throw? What is that?
Foul throw is basically you threw the ball inbounds improperly because there you have to do it by the rule book, which is ball behind your head and over your head through the follow through. Yep. And both of your feet have to stay planted the entire time. So you can't jump up in the air and then yeet that bitch like this.
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha.
So another thing that people will do is they'll have the ball and they'll come this way and then chuck it
Mm-hmm.
because you get like better trajectory. But that's illegal because the ball has to go over your
Over
head
the head.
and then out. But you rarely ever see it get called in the pros. But if you truly look closely, most of the pros they're always lifting up a leg or some shit. They're always throwing it they're always not doing it by the quote unquote rule book. It's just refs aren't
Gotcha.
gonna call it because it's such a ticky tack fucking thing that's kind of
Sure.
stupid. Like unless it's doing something super, egregious or something, but that's why it's hardly ever called.
All
But
right.
yeah,
Yeah, just wanted
no,
to ask,
yeah,
man.
they
Okay.
they called it, and that ref must have just had a thing against West Ham. He's like, I want to see you guys suffer even more.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was rough, man.
Yeah,
Arsenal.
because I mean, you guys have
That was
dropped
the
the
game. It
what
was.
last 4 games? Three.
Yes,
Eesh.
sir. Yes, sir. And we got Wolverhampton coming up, and it appears the board's gonna give Julian Lopta whatever his name is. That I can't say his last name. I'm not even gonna try. Seems like they're gonna give him this game to try to right the ship, and
So if
it's dangerous, man.
they lose, do you think they fire him?
Absolutely. That's
Or
that's the writing on the
or
wall.
as they say overseas, do you think they sack him?
Yeah, the writing on the wall seems to be he loses the game, he's sacked. He wins the game, he gets another game, that kind of a thing. But in my opinion, it's a dangerous game to be played, especially the kind of slide they're on. You lose this game, you're definitely in a relegation battle. You win this game, and maybe you or even if you draw and they consider that to be good enough from the board, it just puts you on a path to a bigger skid. I mean, the thing is right now you have some time to bring somebody new in. You have the time for him to kind of lay the groundwork to move forward.
Do you
Hopefully, he kind of
think
rights the ship.
Do you think they're actually giving them a chance to right the ship, or do you think they're just giving themselves more time to find the replacement?
Um, well, I mean, I know they've been in talks now for at least a couple weeks. Of who they were going to bring in, from what I could see on the old X. The names. Like I know Graham Potter's kind of been the heaviest mention out there so far. Ex Chelsea manager. So I think it's been on the table for a while, but I think that also they kind of wanted to see. You can't. They didn't want to pull. To be fair, you don't want to pull the plug so early that you never really see any kind of, solid trajectory for results, I would say. But at the same time, it's getting to the point now to where, if you don't, this isn't the NFL, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
In
I
the
think that's kind of,
NFL terms, has he lost the locker room? Yeah.
yes, 100%. There's been reports out for weeks now that, he's been, um, there's humiliation of players going on. Players already asking out. Come the January transfer window, it's looking ugly around there, man. And I think that that's another big thing behind it too is that with the roster that they have, obviously we're not talking world beaters. I expect them in the Champions League, but like if David Moyes can drag these guys to
To the
finishing
Europa.
sixth, seventh, pushing for that Champions League spot coming out of the Premier League, then what are you really doing? You know what I mean? Like as a manager,
The bare minimum should be Europa League.
yeah, man, absolutely. And I think that that's kind of, luckily now I think that that's kind of where the fans have put their mindset is that this isn't the West Ham of old that even I started out supporting, man, when we were just happy to be in the Premier League in general. You know what I mean? Like we had fought back from relegation, you know what I mean, fought our way back in the Premier League and we've held ourselves there now for a while. But I think the fan base now is kind of, yeah, the base minimum should be Europa. You know what I mean? We won it. That should be the entry, and being competitive up until at least the semifinals, somewhere around there, should be the baseline for the team.
Mm.
You want to see bigger pushes in other cups, but that's at this point it looks to be a manager thing. You know what I mean? Like there's just nobody's has really taken advantage of all the talent on the roster just yet.
Because I mean, how many player change has happened between last year and this year, between the Moya squad and the squad that they have now?
A solid amount, but a lot of it, you would argue is for the better. And really, when you look at the starting 11s in comparison, I would only say maybe three players in total, and most of them are kind of on a rotation type of thing. You know what I mean? Like 70th minute swap type of thing. So some of these newer guys are coming in later, starting for some of the cup games and stuff, but not enough for it to really, not enough to be sitting where we're sitting right now. Um, it's ugly. It's dreary over there in East London, old son.
It's been
But hey,
bad. I mean, Barcelona
we'll
hasn't been too much better. We started out hot. Lamine Yamal picked up that injury, had to get sidelined for 5-6 games, and then those five games, Barcelona did not win a single one.
damn.
Yeah, so it's yes, Lamine Yamal, what a talent he is, especially at the age that he is, 17. Like being 17 years old and doing the things that he does to grown men at the highest level.
Yeah.
He's done it. He's done it in La Liga. He did it in the Euros. He is different, and people. It's hard to fucking grasp, Like I don't think people truly understand like how insane it is. What he's doing. He makes it look easy, and the fact that Barcelona relies so much on him is it's a double-edged sword, because it's like, yes, you have
That
a
was actually my
player,
question.
you have a player that is good enough to carry your squad, to elevate the rest of the team around him. But at the end of the day, especially with all the matches they're playing nowadays, is you can't have him playing every single fucking game. You can't rely on him every single match. The big matches, okay, I get it. I understand that you want him there. You want him to always be there against Madrid, Man City, whoever else they play from the Premier League, Bundesliga, Bayern, whoever the hell. But you need other people to step up in his place, especially a 17-year-old, because then if you play him all the damn time, you run into the same problems that you're running into with Pedri and Gavi now, right? They're always picking up an injury, and that's because why they were played so
overworked.
Yeah, they're overworked, and you saw a little bit how much running you had to do. And
oh yeah, dude. That first week was hell, man. I'll tell you that much right now. It really didn't even well, I couldn't imagine having to do that in a professional setting
for 90 minutes at a high intensity.
Not 90. Bro. I mean, how many matches these days go just 90 minutes? You know what I mean?
Like 90 plus.
90 plus. You know what I mean? Like in most of them I see, dude, like they're not just adding 3 and 4 minutes of stoppage time. They're going to 112. You know what I mean? Like 111. It's getting deep out there, man. So yeah, I couldn't imagine having to do that, especially if you're one of those guys that you're not gonna see a sub. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, brother.
You're not gonna see none of that, man. And then I couldn't imagine too. Is like the best thing about football is there's a lot of timeouts. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of stoppage for injuries because it is a very physical sport. So there's always a chance to snag a little water, have a little breath, dude. Let your muscles relax, dude. Don't get me wrong. Terrible. Once the adrenaline wears off, you can feel it come out of your body. Hurts all over. But there's breathers in between the plays that go on, dude. And I'll just tell a story. I remember that first game that we were playing, and we're short a few players there, and I was having coming back just a little bit there to kind of fill the top of formation for defense. And Aiden got the ball there on the wing, dude, and he breaks the first guy, and we're busting, and I'm running, and it's like I know what I'm supposed to do, so I'm starting to head to that outside post, and I see the ball coming, and like I wanted to jump, but the fact that I had just ran 70 yards, like there was nothing left in my legs to jump. Granted, the ball was a tad bit high, but like I think even if I would not have ran a single step, dude, down that field, like, or even if I
had all your energy and
even if
jump.
I had all my energy and jump, dude, like, I don't know if I've ran so far. There's no way. It gave me a new appreciation. Like, I could have grabbed it with my hands, sure, you know what I mean, like, but that's not the sport we're playing.
Yeah,
It's not the sport we're
I can
playing.
reach
Dude.
out with one hand.
It was rough, dude. It was rough. It gave me a deep, deep appreciation for not only passes on the ground, but the amount of energy and body control it takes to be able to go that distance and then still be able to make a play on the ball. You know what I mean? Because that's what I was gonna say actually. Even if I'd have ran that 70 yards and had a little, you know what I'm saying, like, and the ball would have been 8 inches lower, I don't know if I'd have been able to get
it
anywhere near it. Dude, my legs were gone. You know what I mean? Like, it was an experience for sure, dude. That I'm glad I can't wait for more of it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was a great time, dude. It was a great time. Definitely gives you an appreciation. I feel like everybody should go out and just play a little soccer once in their lives, man. Get a Sunday league or something, dude. Check it out. It's a good time.
I was always one of those players that never went out, never got subbed out. It literally got to the point at Ranger where what's it called? Anytime I was tired, because I played in the midfield.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and back then it was a 4-4-2, so it was just two center mids, so it was more ground to cover. So I was one of the two in the mid, and no subs for me, baby. Guess what I did? I'd fake an injury. Heidi, the athletic trainer, she already knew what was up most of the time. It got to the point where she'd walk up, and she'd be like, Are you hurt, or you just catching a breather? I was like, I just need a breather. She's like, okay.
Yeah. Now let's act it out. Let's stretch it out.
Yeah,
that's funny, man.
Shout out Heidi. But fuck, yeah, bro. Nah, that's one thing why I hate and love soccer. You know, it's such a fun sport to play, but why the fuck we gotta do so much goddamn running?
And it is physically demanding.
Then you can say, "Oh, go play indoor. Go play, bitch. Go play indoor. Go play indoor. You gonna be more tired than the outdoor game."
Jeez,
that shit is insane.
That's crazy.
I love indoor because that's where I just fuck around and I'm just going for megs and tricks, and I just be bullshitting. You know, outdoor it's a lot of ground to cover, so you know I play smart.
It is a lot of ground to cover, man.
I can't be running like that no more. That's too much.
Hey, got to run like that now so you can do it later, man. You know what I'm saying? It's good for you. It's good for you. Everybody should try to, you know what I'm saying, work up to it, but you should still be able to full-blown sprint in your 30s. Let me just tell you that right now.
Oh, I can do that.
Don't get that confused, man. I was very happy with myself still being able to move. But listen, man, this is a good place to cut it off, dude. This was a great episode. I feel like I learned a lot. We got to break down some film. Coach Alex got to show us not only on the whiteboard but on the film screen exactly how the tactics work. We got to see exactly how everything ticks. He got to answer little questions. We learned some knowledge, and we're gonna build on this next week.
Yeah, hopefully.
Cannot wait.
Yeah, they can't take this shit down.
Nah, there's no way. This one's got to stay up. Episode 1 remains final. We're gonna build on it. Go to episode 2 next week. Side by side, we'll be a success.
To everybody and nobody.
Trademark the Parshot Podcast and all subsidiaries. Anyway, we love all you guys and none of you guys at all. That's going to be it for Side by Side. Until next Friday. Catch you later.
Turn this shit